No freaking way, man. It's coming closer. Man, this place, I don't know what it is in here. Somebody's in there. Check that out. Steps. In the middle of the woods. Oh.
This story comes from Exploring with Bear, a channel known for venturing into the unknown, haunted woods, creepy campouts, and even Bigfoot territory. And on this night, Jar Bear faced something terrifying. This night, he went hiking into the woods, and it began with, "No, no, no, it's coming closer."
Oh, man. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No freaking way, man. It's coming closer. Man, this place, I don't know what it is in here, man, but I have the worst feeling. Oh, man. I feel so sick in my stomach right now.
That's how the night began. The fear in his voice was real. He said his stomach twisted, as if the forest itself wanted him gone. He explained that the last time he was in this exact spot, he was surrounded. Tonight, that same pressure returned instantly. Could something have been waiting for him all along? After experiencing that the first time he went there, would you dare still set foot there? As he crept deeper, the sounds closed in, branches snapping, knocks in the distance, strange whoops echoing.
Man, before I even got the camera started, I was hearing stuff moving on the right side. This place is so scary. The last time I was here, I was surrounded. And you could see the eyes on camera. All kinds of them. It was like I was being hunted.
Would you have kept walking down that trail or turned back right there? Then came the chilling moment. A pale, towering figure with what looked like a white head standing off the trail. Imagine staring at that in the dark, alone.
Holy smokes. Holy smokes. What is that? Oh man, my hair's standing straight. I'm gonna puke. I'm getting sick in my stomach. I can't, man, all the pressure. No, no. Oh crap, man.
His body froze. His gut screamed at him to leave. He knew he couldn't go any further. Sometimes fear is the only warning you need. So, what do you think? Was he stalked by Bigfoot? Or something far darker hiding in that forest? Here's another strange encounter that will leave you questioning everything. This chilling story comes from Exploring with Beer. In this adventure, he returns to the infamous Murder Road, a place where multiple bodies have been found, and no killer has ever been caught. As he walks deeper into the woods, strange sounds surround him. Knocks echo on one side, whistles on the other. Was it an animal, or something darker watching him?
I just heard something. It sounded like metal. That sounded like metal. What was that? Did you guys hear that? That was like I couldn't tell if that was a whistle or like a howl.
The deeper he goes, the worse it gets. Then he discovers the unsettling sight. A staircase in the middle of nowhere, and an eerie light suddenly appears in the trees. Someone or something is out there.
Check that out. Steps. In the middle of the woods. Oh. Man, that's ridiculous. I feel like there's I don't know. I don't know what to think about this place yet. It's pretty big and we've explored like quite a few different areas. And I believe on the last video, I'm pretty sure I know where the first 2 victims were, taken out at.
Soon, he realizes he's not alone. A figure with a light begins searching for him. Hiding in the dirt, heart racing, he whispers, "I think they're looking for me."
Didn't do that. Oh crap. I just seen a light over there. There's a light. Oh man. I can't see to get down the steps. There's a light. Hold on. Man, I'm like in a little ball on the ground behind some crap right now. What are they doing? I think they're looking for me. He's looking around. He don't know. He might still think I'm up there. I don't think he seen me come down. He didn't see me come down, I don't think. Oh, no. No. I feel like he's seen me. No. Man, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to have to deal with this. Please leave.
After knowing so many atrocities have been committed at that place, alone in the night, what will you do? Would you dare to return to Murder Road after that? The nightmare continues, and this time, it feels way too real. This story comes from Urbex Hill, a YouTuber known for stepping into the darkest and most forgotten places. In this video, he explored Audubon Junior High in Cleveland, Ohio, a school built in 1922, once alive with students. Now nothing but decay and tragedy. The halls echo with silence, but the history lingers. This is the same neighborhood where gun violence has claimed young lives, even a 16-year-old shot on the school steps. Imagine walking into that building, knowing blood had already been spilled right outside. Inside, the school is a maze. Bullet holes in windows, strange strings hanging from ceilings, plants forcing through the floor. Would you push deeper into those shadows? At one point, he's trapped in a bathroom with no handle, and panic sets in.
It's destroyed. Oh no. There's no handle on this door for me to get out. Are you serious? Oh my god. Fuck, I gotta put my camera down and figure this out.
If it were you, would your heart be racing? Then the real terror hits. A trail of what looks like blood leads across the floor, ending in bullet casings. Even 666 is scrawled on a door. And then footsteps. Someone is inside. His voice shakes. Somebody's in there. That's when he makes the only choice left is to get out.
Oh shit, there's a bunch. Look at this.
was a trail of blood. That's crazy. Goes to that door. What the hell? That's vandalism.
At this point in the video, some additional narration is required. You see, unfortunately at this exact moment, my camera stopped recording, but I immediately noticed and pressed record to continue filming. I also want to point out that normally in a situation like this, I would have remained calm. But after hearing the stories of the murder that took place here, and seeing what looks like blood and bullet casings on the floor, I decided to leave instead of investigating any further. What was that?
Somebody's in there. Yeah.
So, what do you think? Was that blood real? And who else was lurking in that abandoned school? Just when you think it can't get stranger, wait until you see this. This comes from Dark Ghost Paranormal, a channel that hunts the creepy and unexplained. He returns to a haunted hut. This is his attempt to free whatever's trapped inside. He starts by setting a trap. The last time it failed. The place feels wrong from the first step. He hears a cat. Objects move. He asks again, "Who are you?" The answer, "Victims present but unseen." Imagine glimpsing a presence you cannot see. Would you stay? He installs a night camera after hearing footsteps on the roof and knocks through the walls. After installing it for not long, something strange started moving outside. What do you think that was? The creepy stuff that has been disturbing the hut? A chilling warning. Don't go to the mirror. Why? Mirrors often act as doors. He steps outside, checks his gear, then returns, only to find silence and more questions. The sound dies, he lingers, then decides, if nothing happens, he'll go home. So if you are the one, what would you do? Confront the unknown, or walk away before the mirror answers back? The last clip was chilling, but this next one feels like pure nightmare fuel. I saw this chilling video on Cursed Urban, a YouTuber known for venturing deep into haunted forests and camping alone at night. This time, he set his sights on the infamous Shadow Forest. Legend has it, years ago, a man committed a brutal murder nearby and ran into these woods. Some claim he still hides here, watching from the trees. As Dan entered the forest, he already felt uneasy every time he turned his back. It sounded like something was following him. What could that have been? Later, while using Spirit Talker, chilling messages came through. They locked me away. I was poisoned. We keep secrets. Who do you think did all these things?
All right, Spirit Talker is on. See if anybody's around this forest that would like to communicate. If I'm speaking with anybody?
They locked me away.
They locked me away. I'm sorry to hear that. Why did they lock you away? No, you don't.
The forest is home.
The forest is home. Is the forest your home? I'm not done mocking people who litter. Hold on. No, you don't understand. I have to litter, guys.
Suddenly, Dan smelled cigarette smoke, thick and heavy, though no one was around. Where do you think the smell is coming from?
I don't know, dude. That's kind of odd. Yeah, dude. It still smells like somebody's smoking. I don't know. That's odd. That's really, really weird.
The sense of being stalked grew stronger. He admitted, "I don't have a good feeling about tonight." Have you ever felt watched, even when no one was there? Finally, the device whispered a word that froze him: stab, followed by red man and return.
All,
Red man.
Red man. All right, we got one. Red man. Who's Red man? Stab.
Joyce.
Joyce? Stab, cavern, stab, Joyce. Oh, okay. Okay. Touch. Was Joyce one of the people that was stabbed? Because what did I say? What did I tell you that I heard about this place earlier? That there was a killer who stabbed 2 people to death and fled into here.
Could this be the ghost of the murderer, still haunting the forest? So, would you dare camp in the shadow forest after hearing this? From eerie to downright disturbing, here's what came next. Dead City Paranormal is a channel known for urban exploration and paranormal investigation. They posted this terrifying investigation. Matt and Dylan entered a long-abandoned cottage in North Wales, a place frozen in time since 2014. Every wall was cloaked in cobwebs, every corner whispering with decay. From the moment they switched on the K2 meter, it began flickering. Was someone already waiting for them? Old bedrooms stood untouched, personal belongings scattered as if their owners had just vanished. Who left so suddenly, and why? As Matt called out, the device jumped to red, almost like a direct response. Could it be the spirit of someone who passed away here?
To be honest, I don't know. Look at this. It's bathroom. Oh my god, it's going to red here. Is that you? Can you make this go to red again for me if it's you? If there's someone around me now. Put your hand over it. Put your hand over my hand. It'll make it go to red. Oh. Nearly and then dropped. Thank you so much.
Things escalated when a strange glowing box was discovered in the kitchen. What kind of energy lingers in a simple Tupperware container?
If you can sit. You can't really sit. But like, can you see it? You might be able to. Basically, the box is glowing. It's really hard to even say how. It's definitely glowing, isn't it?
It's glowing. It's not just you. I can see it as well.
The box is glowing, guys.
Soon after, their camera mysteriously shut off despite a fresh battery. Coincidence or interference from beyond? Later, a voice through the spirit talker whispered chilling words like, "from the pit," and even names, Tony, Jess. Were these the spirits of the home revealing themselves? The next video doesn't just creep you out, it'll leave you unsettled. This story comes from Tiago Furacão, a YouTuber known for his terrifying paranormal explorations. In this video, they enter an abandoned house deep in the forest of Lendonova. From the start, the energy feels wrong, heavy, almost suffocating. Tiago describes seeing a shifting figure, sometimes male, sometimes female. What kind of spirit takes on more than one form? Inside, the air grows colder as they begin their spirit box session. The device responds with strange voices, calling out names, whispering answers. Was someone truly trying to communicate? Suddenly, a door slams shut, Then Thais screams. She sees a hand sliding through a crack in the wall. Who or what was reaching for them?
Que foi? Meu Deus! Olha aquilo! O quê? Que foi? Thaís do céu! Que, Thiago?
As they press deeper, footsteps echo, shadows dart, and something leaps at Tiago. What kind of force lunges at the living inside a house like this? The spirit box then delivers a chilling command. Get out now, both of you. A woman's voice insists she is in charge. Could this house belong to a restless spirit that refuses to share its domain? They respect the warning, leaving quickly. But what followed them back into the night? This chilling story comes from Elieni Adventure, a creator known for posting terrifying explorations. He returned once again to the Fazenda Amaldiçoada, the cursed farm. Hidden behind the main house was another structure, untouched in his earlier visits. The place carried a sinister legend. The former owner, a snake handler, died tragically after being bitten. His spirit, bound to the land, refuses release. Many explorers tried spirit box sessions here, but he never wanted help. Why does a spirit choose to stay chained to such darkness? As he explored the crumbling rooms, something terrifying happened. An apparition appeared, the same ghostly figure that haunted him in past videos.
Principal na fazenda. Oh meu Deus, pessoal! Olha ali! A mesma aparição que apareceu para mim lá, ó. É a mesma!
Could it be the spirit of the snake handler still watching? Each shadow in the broken house seemed alive, each corridor breathing dread. Would you have the courage to keep going after seeing the same figure again and again? Strange noises echoed from the basement. Footsteps, whispers. He circled the house, lantern flickering, as if the darkness itself wanted him gone. Yet he pressed on, uncovering more ruins and heavy, oppressive energy. The atmosphere grew unbearable, terror extremo. Even he admitted the place carried a darkness few could withstand. Would you dare step into the cursed farm at night?
In late March 1988, 18-year-old Inga Maria Hauser left her family home in Munich, Germany, to embark on the adventure of a lifetime. Despite her young age, Inga Maria was independent, confident, and driven by a thirst to explore the world beyond her doorstep. Her first destination? England. Her parents and sister said their goodbyes at a train station, unaware it would be the last time they would ever see her alive. Inga Maria arrived in London full of excitement. She was enchanted by the city, writing home to share her joy. In postcards and phone calls, she spoke of how captivated she was by England and how kind and helpful the people were. She even joked that she wished she could stay for a year. From London, Inga traveled to Oxford, where she stayed in a youth hostel. In a journal entry dated April 3rd, she wrote, "Stayed at the youth hostel, ate too much, decided to go to Bath." She sent another postcard from Bath, again gushing about her journey and assuring her family not to worry. She felt completely safe. By April 5th, she was on the move again, heading to Cambridge, then Bristol, and on to Liverpool. She was determined to see as much of the UK as possible before meeting a friend in Wales. In the early hours of April 6th, she boarded a night train to Inverness, Scotland. From there, she travelled to Stranraer, where she caught a ferry to Larne in Northern Ireland. Her journal entry that day was simple, yet chilling in hindsight. "Wonder where I'll stay tonight. Need more money." The ferry arrived late that evening, giving Inga Maria only a brief window to board the train to Belfast. But she never made it. 2 weeks later, her body was discovered by a sheep farmer in Ballypatrick Forest Park, near Ballycastle in County Antrim, an hour's drive from where the ferry had docked. She was lying face down, just off a dirt path, her belongings scattered nearby. Strangely, her passport was missing, but her ID card had been left behind. The scene suggested a brutal and disturbing attack. Inga Maria had been viciously beaten around the face and head, and DNA evidence revealed an attempted sexual assault. Her neck had been broken, a clear indication of a violent struggle. A pathologist concluded that she likely died at the scene, though it's believed the assault may have happened elsewhere. Detectives theorized that someone had driven her to the remote forest, someone who knew the area intimately. Inga Maria, by all accounts, was careful and unlikely to accept a ride from a stranger. But all the evidence pointed to her being taken there in a vehicle. Whoever killed her seemed to want the body found, leaving it exposed and the ID card visible as if to ensure the world would know who she was. The case sparked the largest DNA screening in UK history. Authorities built a complete DNA profile of the suspect, yet no match was ever found. Over 36 years have passed. No arrests, no justice. Inga Maria's parents died without ever seeing her killer brought to account. Her father in 2006, her mother in 2019. Her older sister continues to carry the weight of the family's grief. Though time moves on, the pain remains frozen for those who loved her. And somewhere out there, the person responsible for her death is still free. An Australian man and his friends were out adventuring along a remote river, just looking for a fun way to beat the heat. Spotting a sturdy tree, he tied a rope to a branch and got ready to swing into the inviting water below. Everything looked safe, until it wasn't.
Oh. Boy, do the water on that one.
The moment he leapt, the surface exploded. A massive crocodile burst out from beneath the water, jaws wide, snapping inches from his legs. Heart pounding, he thrashed back to shore in a full-blown panic, realizing just how close he'd come to a brutal end. Shaken but miraculously unharmed, he knew one thing for sure: it was time to call it a day. On May 17, 1998, Francis and Sergei Arsenyev became the first American couple to reach the summit of Mount Everest without the use of supplemental oxygen, a historic feat that should have etched their names into the annals of mountaineering triumph. Photographs captured Fran beaming with joy on top of the world, unaware that this moment of glory would soon turn into one of the most haunting tragedies in Everest's history. The descent from the summit proved to be far more treacherous than the climb up. Somewhere along the way, Fran and Sergei became separated. As night fell and temperatures plummeted, both were left exposed to the brutal elements. By morning, Fran was discovered in critical condition by a group of climbers from Uzbekistan. She was still alive, but barely exhausted, frostbitten, and unable to move on her own. Later that day, Kathy O'Dowd and her climbing team encountered Fran, still tethered to a fixed rope. Despite the team's perilous position on the mountain, Kathy approached Fran, unaware that she was about to bear witness to the climber's final, heartbreaking moments. Fran, weak and fading fast, looked up at Kathy and, with what little strength she had left, whispered a plea that would echo through Everest's legacy: "Don't leave me, don't leave me." Sadly, despite their efforts, Fran could not be saved. Sergei, upon realizing his wife hadn't made it down, had gone back up the mountain in search of her. He too would never return. His body was found a year later, higher up on the mountain. Together in life and ultimately in death, Fran and Sergei's story is a chilling reminder of the unforgiving nature of Everest and the fragile, fleeting line between triumph and tragedy at the roof of the world. A peaceful walk turned into a heart-pounding close call for a few locals in Chanwei County, Sichuan, China. As they strolled along the hillside, something didn't feel right. Then they saw it. The ground began to shift. Acting on instinct, they ran for their lives, and just seconds later, a cascade of rocks thundered down behind them. Miraculously, no one was hurt. Days of heavy rain had likely set the stage for the landslide, and what could have been a tragic disaster turned into an incredible stroke of luck. In 2011, a family vacationing in Tennessee's Smoky Mountains captured something eerie on camera.
What's he doing?
While filming the scenic view, the man behind the camera noticed a sudden movement in the background. A moment later, it appeared again, this time partially hidden behind thick bushes. The family was convinced they had just seen Bigfoot, and given how steep and unforgiving the terrain is, especially around Klingman's Dome, it would be nearly impossible for someone to stage a hoax in a costume. Strangest of all, sightings like this aren't exactly uncommon in these mountains. YouTuber Maddie Ann had a strange feeling that something was lurking in her backyard, so she grabbed her camera and went to investigate. As she scanned the area, she unknowingly captured something eerie, a dark, shadowy figure peeking from behind a tree. Strangely, while the camera recorded the details of the tree, the figure itself lacked any defining features, making it seem almost unreal. Some believe it could have been someone in a black mesh costume, but the unsettling lack of clarity leaves its true identity a chilling mystery. Tom was casually using the Randonautica app when it led him to a half-built, abandoned construction site. Intrigued but uneasy, he decided to step inside, curious about why the app had brought him there. The place was silent, empty, and unsettling.
So guys, at this point I was not sure why it brought me here. I was just exploring the whole site. I was like, okay, whatever, this app's probably rigged, I don't know. Let's see what happens, and then here's where it goes totally wrong.
Right. What if it's brought me just like a brick? It's brought me here just like a brick, I don't even know.
Nothing felt right. He turned to leave until he heard something. A strange noise, muffled, close, and not natural.
Yo, what the? Yo, what the fuck?
Out of nowhere, a man in a dark hoodie charged at him, swinging a sledgehammer like a maniac. Panic exploded through Tom. He bolted, heart pounding, legs pumping, barely dodging the crazed man's attack. Once he finally made it to safety, Tom hit record on his phone again, his hands still shaking. While exploring the infamous Missouri State Penitentiary's death row with his dad, a Reddit user had an encounter that would leave anyone questioning reality. As they ventured deeper into the eerie halls, the user snapped some photos of his dad. At first, nothing seemed out of the ordinary, but in the first image, a faint, shadowy figure appears near the top of the stairs, a detail that might go unnoticed at first glance. However, the second photo sends chills down the spine. A woman who wasn't there before is seen walking behind the dad. The third photo reveals her again, standing right behind him, as if she's been following them the whole time. What's even more unnerving is that the dad later confessed his legs gave out when they reached the end of the walk. An odd coincidence that seems to be captured in the final photo. So, who or what was with them that day? In 2011, a hiker embarked on a heart-pounding journey along Spain's infamous Caminito del Rey, capturing footage that would leave anyone's palms sweating. The narrow walkway, once known as the world's most dangerous path, clung precariously to the cliffs near Malaga. With crumbling stairs, missing handrails, and a sheer 330-foot drop into the river below, it was a daredevil's dream and a nightmare for anyone afraid of heights. Originally built in the early 20th century for hydroelectric workers, the walkway had deteriorated so badly by 2006 that much of it had collapsed, leaving behind only rusted steel beams and fragile safety wires. Yet, despite the life-threatening risks and several recorded fatalities, thrill-seekers continued to test their luck, lured by the solitude, breathtaking views, and sheer adrenaline rush. Fortunately, a full restoration in 2015 brought the path back to a much safer state, making it accessible to visitors without the looming fear of disaster. As for the hiker who filmed that harrowing journey, they made it through unscathed, but looking at those crumbling paths, it's chilling to think how easily their adventure could have taken a deadly turn. While making their way back to a secluded cabin deep in the woods, surrounded by gates and miles from the nearest neighbor, something chilling stopped them in their tracks. Just ahead, a figure suddenly sprinted away from the cabin, vanishing into the trees. At first, the stranger seemed to think they'd gone unnoticed, crouching behind a bush like a predator in hiding. But when they saw they were still being watched, they took off again, this time running even faster, without glancing back. No words were exchanged. No reason was given. Just a silent, unnerving encounter that left behind more questions than answers. Someone had trespassed, and whatever they were doing there, it wasn't normal. A Redditor by the name of Burton Boy uploaded a spine-tingling clip to the Chills Narrator subreddit. He claimed to have captured an eerie sound deep in the woods, something that didn't match any known animal. The mysterious video quickly ignited a firestorm of speculation in the comments. Some swore it sounded like a werewolf, while others were left completely baffled. To this day, no one has been able to explain what Burton Boy recorded. Two friends set out to explore an abandoned convent about an hour from town. The place was creepy, but perfect for a viral TikTok dance, so they hit record. As the girl danced, the guy behind the camera suddenly froze. Just over her shoulder, something didn't feel right. They inched closer, and that's when they saw it.
What the fuck? Hey, stop.
I'm so...
Oh my god. Stop. Hold him.
Also, come on.
What the fuck is that? Holy shit. Oh my god.
A group of people standing in a tight circle, heads bowed, silently performing what looked like a ritual. Shaken to the core, the friends fled. The video cuts off, with no answers, only questions. Not long ago, a man camping in a Texas state park woke up to a strange surprise. After a night of heavy rain, he unzipped his tent and noticed something bizarre.
Hey, we're camping in this beautiful state park in Texas, and it's been raining, and the water that's coming out of the sky is blue. And it's not this tarp, because it's happening on this tarp too. Look at that. This is crazy. Are they chemtrailing us?
The rainwater around him was blue. What he witnessed wasn't an isolated incident. Similar reports have been popping up across Texas and California, with blue rain falling from the sky, with no clear explanation. Some blame cloud seeding or weather manipulation, suggesting that chemicals sprayed into the atmosphere are altering natural weather patterns. Others point to more secretive possibilities, such as government experiments or geoengineering gone awry. On the scientific side, experts have floated natural causes like blue-green algae, bacteria, or dust and pollution particles being lifted into the atmosphere and returned in the rain. While discolored rain is rare, it's not entirely unheard of. Still, despite all the theories, no one knows for sure why it happened. And so, the eerie mystery of the blue rain continues to baffle both locals and scientists alike. While hiking roughly 3 miles off the main trail in a dense wooded area near Austin, Texas, a Reddit user came across something deeply unsettling: a hidden gravesite, or perhaps a memorial. There were fresh flowers, a photograph, and personal mementos, all deliberately arranged with care. The scene felt intimate, somber, and undeniably heavy. Was this the place where someone ended their life, or a secret sanctuary built to honor a loved one in a spot that once held meaning? On December 14, 2019, deep in the Plumas foothills of Northern California, this person captured something chilling. The recording was made on this person's great-grandfather's 5,000-acre cattle ranch, a vast stretch of land sitting right between rugged foothills and a quiet valley. Now, this person has always been fascinated with Bigfoot. With so much untouched wilderness out here, this person often wondered if something or some things were lurking in those hills. That night, this person caught a strange sound echoing across the valley. It's hard to hear clearly, and this person admits the final roar you'll hear is just a cow down by the creek. But the other sound, the one that comes before, it didn't sound like a cow, or anything else this person has heard before. Some say it could be an owl. Others think it's something much more mysterious. So here's the question: who or what was making that sound out there in the darkness? A wildlife photographer in Australia recently stumbled upon a spine-chilling sight that turned an ordinary day into a nightmare-fueled moment. What seemed like an innocent patch of grass clinging to a tree took a terrifying twist. With just a gentle poke from a stick, the grass suddenly burst into a frenzy of motion, thousands of spiders erupting and scattering in every direction. As horrifying as it looked, these spiders weren't dangerous. They weren't venomous or aggressive, just taking a cozy group nap in tight hibernation. Still, when a clump of grass turns into a swarm of skittering legs, that's the kind of surprise you don't forget. This image was captured by this person on a trail camera deep in the woods of northern Indiana, nearly 20 years ago. At first glance, it looks like nothing, but then this person noticed something eerie. A white, smoke-like mist silently drifts across the frame, no footsteps, no breeze, just movement. So the question is, who or what was floating there that night? Was this person witnessing something paranormal, or was it all a carefully staged hoax? You decide. Reddit user Alternative Pickle 3 caught something truly chilling on their cabin's security camera late one night around 11 p.m. In the bottom right corner of the screen, a shadowy figure suddenly appeared just outside the house. But here's where it gets downright eerie. The snow beneath where the figure stood was completely untouched. No footprints, no signs of movement. Then, just as the camera's night vision kicked in, the figure vanished without a trace. This person and a group of friends went looking for a scare, but what they found was something they'll never forget. Deep in the Appalachian woods near Middlesboro, Kentucky, there's a trail with a dark past. In the 1990s, an unsolved murder took place there. The killer was never officially caught, but locals all seem to know who did it. Still, the case remains open, and the area is infamous for its heavy, unsettling energy. So one night, just for fun, this person and their friends decided to visit the site like teens do when they're chasing a thrill. But what started as a creepy adventure quickly turned into something else. The group began to feel like they were being followed, not just watched but stalked. This person spun around and snapped a photo behind them. There was no one there, at least not that they could see. But when this person turned up the contrast on the photo later, that's when it got terrifying. A shape, a figure, something or someone was there. So who or what was standing on that trail that night? A living stalker? A remnant of the unsolved murder? Or something darker that never left the woods? One thing's for sure, this person wasn't alone out there. A Redditor once shared a chilling photo they'd taken years ago on a simple digital camera during a trip with friends. While clearing out the old memory card, they stumbled upon an image that immediately gave them chills. Something was lurking in the background. There were no mirrors, no windows, nothing that could have caused a reflection, yet something was there. The user mentioned the house they stayed in had a dark history, with a long string of unexplained events. This eerie photo might just be another piece of that unsettling puzzle. While hiking deep in the woods, a group of friends stumbled across something strange. At first it looked like nothing, just part of the forest floor. But then a door within a door.
Within a door! Pull it, pull it.
This is even scarier.
Pull it. Is that glass?
It's plexiglass. I fucking heard noises, dude.
Dude, fucking do it.
Ugh. Do you hear it echoing?
We have to do it now.
Holy shit.
Are you?
This is insane.
Oh.
There's a flashlight in my backpack.
Go get the flashlight.
It's in the top.
What the fuck?
It's a shitty flashlight, but oh, it doesn't make any difference. This is so deep.
Bro, but you can see it, like, there. Hold on.
There's a ladder.
They were staring at a hidden bunker, buried deep beneath the earth, untouched for decades. Cold, silent, forgotten. Whatever was in there probably needed to stay that way. On the evening of May 10th, around 8:30 p.m., a camper in Martinsville, Indiana, looked up and saw something bizarre drifting through the sky. Curious and a little unsettled, they snapped a photo and posted it to Reddit, and that's when things blew up. The object's silhouette was eerie, almost human-like, as if someone were just hanging mid-air. Theories flooded in. A rogue superhero balloon? Something not of this world? While the most reasonable guess is that it was simply a balloon. For a fleeting moment, it felt like the sky was hiding a mystery. And just like that, the ordinary turned chilling. A Reddit user snapped a photo late at night, not expecting anything unusual. But when they looked closer, just behind a house, something white caught their eye. It wasn't smoke. It wasn't a lens flare. It looked exactly like a person, or something shaped like one hidden in the shadows. The eerie part? No one saw it in real time. only the camera did. He was just unloading groceries, nothing unusual, just a regular day. His back was turned to the security camera, and everything seemed perfectly normal. But when he later reviewed the footage, something chilling stood out. In a single frame, a mysterious figure appears right next to his car. He swears he was alone. No footsteps, no voices, nothing. And yet, the image tells a different story. The figure doesn't look menacing, but its sudden, unexplained presence is enough to raise eyebrows. Some are calling it paranormal. Others wonder if he's telling the full truth. Was he alone, or just looking for attention? Either way, the image is hard to ignore. While driving through a wide-open stretch of the Appalachian Meadows, a hiker and his family found themselves in the middle of an eerie encounter. Out of nowhere, in the middle of the empty field, a woman suddenly appeared. She seemed panicked or unhinged.
I have kids in the car, you better go. I have kids in the car, you better go.
What?
Who is that? Who is that?
They're calling me a damn fucking kid!
Girl, Christina? I got you on video. You better get back.
Jeff's after you.
Jeff's right there, he ain't doing shit.
You're the one to say something about my damn son! And I got all over recorder. Get the fuck!
Confused, the hiker tried to make sense of what was going on. The hiker, now filming for his safety, warned her, "I got you on video. You better step back." But she didn't stop. What exactly set her off remains a mystery. Was she having a breakdown? Was something or someone chasing her? Thankfully, after a tense few minutes, she calmed down, and the hiker and his family quietly drove away, shaken but unharmed. While wandering through a quiet, overgrown cemetery, a woman stumbled across a peculiar headstone. It marked the grave of a couple, Mr. and Mrs. Rice. At first, everything seemed normal, but then something odd caught her eye.
We're doing our ghost hunting. Next thing. Mr. Rice? Mr. and Mrs. Rice? Look at this. He was born in 1944, but died in 2034. And then Miss Rice was born in 1950, and she died in 2040. I thought we were in 2025. Did I time warp when I came through the other night?
Mr. Rice was born in 1944, but his date of death was engraved as 2034. Mrs. Rice, born in 1950, passed in 2040. Both dates were still in the future. She stood frozen, brows furrowed. Was this some kind of twisted joke? A stonecutter's error? Or something far more unsettling? While hiking deep in the woods, this person stumbled upon an abandoned building, and what they found inside was nothing short of chilling. One wall was dominated by a massive wooden cross, surrounded by dozens of old photographs of people, each face staring blankly, frozen in time. Nearby, smaller crosses had been crudely scratched into the decaying walls, and at the far end of the room stood a bamboo cross, eerily positioned like part of some dark ritual or forgotten shrine. Whether it was a warning or a memorial, one thing was certain. The air was thick with something sinister. He didn't stick around to find out. Thankfully, he made it out in one piece. This person lives deep in the woods, far from civilization. One quiet morning, while reviewing footage from a trail cam placed in their yard, they stumbled upon something chilling. In the dead of night, the camera had captured a mysterious figure who looked like a woman dressed in old-fashioned clothing, calmly walking across their property. But here's the terrifying part. The land is completely fenced in, and there isn't a single neighbor for miles. So, who or what did this family catch on camera that night? While hiking deep in the mountains, about 4 miles from the nearest trailhead, a lone hiker came across something truly disturbing. Scattered beside the narrow path were several handmade figures, twisted humanoid shapes with stitched faces, fragile limbs, and rusted needles piercing through them. Out of curiosity, the hiker picked one up. It was cold, damp, almost like it had just been placed there. No other hikers were around. No footprints, no explanations. The dolls looked eerily similar to voodoo effigies. Were they part of some ritual, a memorial, or something far more sinister? Whatever their purpose, the chilling discovery sent a shiver down the hiker's spine. 2 people were enjoying a peaceful day at a deserted beach, just goofing around and recording some fun videos. Everything seemed normal until they played one of the clips back.
Con atención este video. ¿Qué crees que era eso con figura humanoide que se captó al fondo?
In the background, a mysterious figure that looks like a woman suddenly appears. But here's where it gets creepy. Her arms move in a bizarre, glitchy way, almost as if the footage was edited. The strange part? The women who posted it swear it's the original video, completely unaltered. So what exactly did they capture? A camera glitch or something far more unsettling? In Argentina, a strange skull has sparked a wave of theories and fascination. It's elongated, far longer than a typical human skull, and eerily alien in appearance. Some are convinced it's proof of extraterrestrial life. Others say it resembles the legendary Enigmas from Greek mythology, mysterious underground creatures known for their sharp minds and overwhelming swarm tactics. So, what are we looking at? An alien artifact? A myth brought to life? Or just a case of extreme human skull deformation? The truth might be more bizarre than any theory. A group of backpackers was hiking along a breathtakingly scenic trail when, bam, it hit them like a wall of pure adrenaline.
Like a wall of...
No, really, because like that's what...
Out of nowhere, a massive grizzly bear stepped out from the thick forest, and without warning, it started chasing them. Panic set in as the group bolted, their peaceful hike turning into a race for survival. Hearts pounding, feet flying, they pushed themselves harder than ever, desperate to outpace the bear. Thankfully, the beast eventually lost interest and backed off. But that moment? That rush? Yeah. It turned an ordinary hike into the kind of story you'll be telling for the rest of your life. TikTok user Eric Hunter 1 was driving down a lonely road late at night when something chilling caught his eye. Curious, he checked his dash cam footage, and what he found was just as eerie as he remembered. Out of the shadows, a pale, human-like figure drifted across the road. It didn't walk. It floated smoothly, silently, gliding from one side to the other before disappearing into the night without a trace. The internet is divided. Some swear it's a ghost, others say it might be an animal distorted by the darkness. But one thing's certain, no one can explain exactly what Eric saw. While exploring a remote hiking trail, someone captured something truly disturbing on camera. Right in the middle of the path, a strange figure appeared, either sitting or squatting motionless. At first, it looked like a person, but the longer you stared, the less human it seemed. Uneasy and alarmed, the hiker didn't stick around. They backed away quickly, leaving us with just a few seconds of eerie footage. So the question remains, what exactly did they see out there that day? Two friends took a casual trip to Devil's Den in Gettysburg, one of America's most notoriously haunted battlefields. They wandered the historic grounds, snapping photos and soaking in the eerie atmosphere, unaware that anything was amiss. But once they got home and looked through their pictures, something chilling jumped out. In one image, a shadowy figure dressed entirely in black stood silently behind them. In the next few frames, the figure appeared to drift farther away, oddly, as if it were walking backward. Both friends insist no one else was there. Given Devil's Den's long history of ghostly sightings, especially of Civil War soldiers, the question lingers. Did they unknowingly photograph one of the battlefield's restless spirits? While out on a night walk, an anonymous uploader spotted strange lights flickering in the distance. Curiosity got the better of him, and he quietly crept closer to investigate. But as he approached, it became clear. This wasn't just a campfire or a harmless gathering. What he saw resembled a satanic ritual. He never disclosed the exact location, but the scene radiated a chilling, almost otherworldly energy. Something dark, something deeply unsettling. Whatever they were worshipping remains a mystery, but one thing was certain. It was not something you'd ever want to stumble upon in the dead of night. Frightened and overwhelmed, he captured a few moments of the ritual on camera, then turned and ran, gripped by pure fear and disbelief. After a powerful earthquake rattled parts of Myanmar, a curious woman set out on a hike to survey the aftermath. As she made her way past a quiet stream, something unusual caught her eye. Partially submerged in the water was a figure that looked eerily human. At first glance, it seemed like a person. Some locals believe it could have been a mysterious sea creature dislodged by the quake. Others insist it was just an old statue or even a mannequin unearthed after years buried in the mud. Whatever it was, one thing's certain, it gave everyone the chills. A man and his friend were walking through a quiet town in Veracruz, Mexico, late one eerie night. That's when they saw it. At the far end of the street stood a strange figure, motionless, dressed in a yellow dress and staring directly at them. And then, it moved.
Tengo una lamparota super expandex. Ah, bueno, tú tienes tu luz azul. ¿Sí?
Güey, ese es el velador de...
Es el velador, ¿no? Ah, velador. ¡Ey! ¡Velador!
Aguanta, espérate, ey. Shh, no te muevas. No mames, no te muevas ahí. Güey.
¿Velador?
Ese no es el velador, güey.
Güey, no es el velador. Sí,
No.
Yo también pensaba que era el velador.
No, aguanta. Deja que mi cámara enfoque bien, Deja que mi cámara enfoque bien, güey. Eso no es el velador. No digas perras mamadas, güey. Perdón.
Slowly, it turned its head and slipped silently around the corner. The two men didn't hesitate. They bolted after it. But when they turned the corner, there was nothing. No person, no sound. Just a crumbling children's park and an old weather-worn statue of a woman in a yellow dress, standing frozen in place.
Mire.
No digas mamadas, güey. No, Yos. No. No, güey, no mames.
¿Qué fue eso, güey?
No sé.
No mames, güey, no mames.
¿Crees que haya sido ella?
Güey, nos estamos metiendo más adentro del reino mágico. Banda, comparte.
No mames, güey, no mames.
Parece que los ojos te miran, ¿verdad?
Pareciera, pero no creo, güey.
Locals whisper that the statues in that abandoned park come alive at night. So the question is, did these two just witness one of them in action? In the summer of 1998, a traveler exploring Ireland brought along their trusty Olympus OM10, capturing 2 full rolls of film, 24 photos per roll. Most of the pictures came out just as expected: majestic castles, quiet chapels, and sweeping emerald landscapes. But one image stood out, and not in a good way. It showed a dimly lit corridor ending at a worn wooden door, with a mysterious figure cloaked in what looked like a cape standing at the end. The problem? The traveler swears they were never in any hallway like that. They don't remember seeing anyone dressed like that, and they don't recall taking the photo. To this day, no one has been able to explain how that eerie shot got there. One strange image, forever burned into the negatives in their memory. During a guided walk through St. James's Cemetery, Louisa Farrell snapped a chilling photo that quickly stirred debate. In the image, a pale, human-like figure seems to stand silently among the weathered headstones. Some say it's the ghost of a soldier who perished during the 1644 siege of Liverpool. Others argue it's just a case of pareidolia, your brain turning shadows into something more sinister. But look closely. To me, it looks more like a woman in a flowing dress, or maybe even a nightgown, drifting through the graveyard as if lost in time. What do you see? YouTuber Hassan was exploring the eerie, shadowy hills of Jordan alone, just his phone and a flashlight guiding the way, when something strange caught his eye. At first, it was just a figure in the distance, but as he got closer, the details became clearer and far more disturbing. The figure had long, matted hair hanging over most of its face. Its exposed skin was a chilling, unnatural shade of dark gray. It didn't move, just stood there silently, its mouth opening and closing as if trying to speak, but not a single sound came out. Hassan called out, but nothing. No response, just silence.
غريب. انت بشر انت. اخوان اشهب.
Nervously, he began to back away, unsure of what he had just seen. Was it a spirit? A wandering soul? Could it have been a jinn? A supernatural being whispered about in local legends? Or was it all just a well-planned hoax meant to scare viewers? You decide.
While snapping photos of their kids playing in the woods, one picture sent chills down their spines. In the background, a pale humanoid figure stood eerily still, something no one had noticed in the moment. The hikers swore there was no one else around, and strangely, the figure didn't appear in any of the other photos taken just moments later. Rattled, they quickly called the kids back and left the area without looking back. To this day, they have no idea what they captured on camera, or who, or what, was watching from the trees. On March 3rd, 2023, in the quiet town of Mount Vernon, Georgia, a woman was casually snapping sunset photos of her brand new porch. At the time, everything seemed perfectly normal, but years later, while scrolling through those old pictures, her daughter spotted something bone-chilling, a shadowy figure standing silently on the porch. The home sits deep in Civil War territory, eerily nestled between 2 historic graveyards, Adams Cemetery and the Basil Connell Family Cemetery. Though there haven't been many reports of paranormal activity in the house, the woman admits to feeling unexplained cold spots from time to time. So, did she unknowingly capture a ghostly visitor from the past? A lone hiker was making his way through the forest late at night when something strange caught his eye. In the shadows ahead, a pale face emerged, its two glowing eyes locked onto him. He froze, heart pounding, unsure whether he was looking at an animal, a cryptid, or something far more terrifying. Even more unsettling, two additional glowing eyes seemed to flicker on the left side of the frame, never fully captured, but there. Whatever was out there, it never stepped into the light. It simply watched, hidden in the darkness. While hiking a remote stretch of the Appalachian Trail in North Carolina, a lone hiker reached the summit expecting sweeping views, but stumbled upon something far more chilling. Hidden among the trees, they discovered an old, forgotten graveyard. Weathered headstones jutted from the earth with no signs, no fences, and no trace of it on any map. The hiker searched for answers but found nothing. No names, no history, no explanation. The eerie silence and cold mountain air clung to them, leaving behind a mystery and a memory they'd never shake. While getting ready to paraglide, something truly shocking happened.
No! Vente! ¡Espejo! ¡Espejo!
Just as the paraglider lifted off, their dog made a desperate attempt to follow, leaping and clinging onto the glider mid-launch. The dog didn't hold on for long and fell shortly after, but thankfully, it survived with no serious injuries. Still, the heart-stopping moment was caught on camera and quickly went viral. Online, viewers were outraged, slamming the owner for bringing a dog to such a dangerous location without a leash or any kind of safety precaution. A YouTuber recently shared footage from his trip to Gettysburg, and at first glance, everything seemed normal, except near the rocky area known as Devil's Den. But when he reviewed the video later, something strange caught his eye.
What's up, man? How you doing? Is it uncomfortable with people taking pictures and recording over here?
But as he walks away from the rocks, a shadowy figure briefly shifts behind a nearby boulder, just for a second. Some viewers believe this eerie glimpse could be more than just a trick of the light. Could it be one of the many spirits said to haunt Gettysburg's blood-soaked grounds? While camping in Texas, a family decided to check out a nearby haunted house, one that already had a dark reputation after someone reportedly died there years ago. Sitting safely in their car, they watched the eerie abandoned structure. But then, something chilling happened. They caught this on camera.
It's gonna go in your house. Do you watch Paranormal activity? Yes, I do so. But it can't come out. Whoa!
Out of nowhere, what appears to be a small hand reaches out from the window. Locals say ghostly figures of children are often seen peering from the windows and lurking near the doors of this house, fueling the belief that it's truly haunted. While tearing down a mountain biking trail at high speed, something terrifying nearly happened.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
This way, this way, this way. Do you have more? Behind you?
Say again?
Do you have more behind you?
No, but guys, I would not hike this trail.
We've hiked it many times.
There's too many blind corners here. There's spots where I can't stop. If I'd come around there, I wouldn't have been able to stop.
Yeah, is there people behind you?
No, but you guys gotta be careful.
Sorry about that.
The biker had narrowly avoided crashing into two hikers and their dog. It was a heart-pounding close call, a stark reminder of the hidden dangers on shared trails. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but just a few seconds difference, and this could have ended in disaster. While hiking through a ravine with his dog, a man suddenly heard eerie noises echoing from a nearby gutter. Curious yet unsettled, he pulled out his phone and began recording. The distorted sound sent a chill down his spine. Fighting the urge to investigate, he chose instead to put distance between himself and the unsettling whispers. Hours later, when he returned to the same spot, the noises had vanished, replaced by an eerie, unnatural silence. A man went camping deep in the woods, just him and his loyal dog. But one evening, without warning, the dog bolted into the trees. Thinking it'd be a quick recovery, he followed the trail, not realizing he was heading straight into a nightmare.
Lucy! Good doggy, where are you? Lucy! The hell?
But the forest answered with silence, until something else did. Help. He froze. That voice didn't sound right. It wasn't his dog, and it wasn't human. Still nothing. Then, crack. A branch snapped nearby. He spun around, heart pounding. His hands fumbled with his camera, but it was glitching, flickering on and off. He turned, and there it was.
Huh? My camera's going further. What the? Who are you? I'm not scared of you anymore!
A pale figure, standing silently between the trees. It didn't move. It didn't blink. It just watched. He wasn't alone anymore, and whatever was watching him wasn't something he could reason with. Whether he ever found Lucy remains a mystery. At 2 a.m. in a high-rise tower in Brazil, a Reddit user stepped out onto the patio to snap a photo of the glowing city lights in the distance. At first glance, the image seemed ordinary until he looked closer. On the left, he saw his own shadow, just as expected. But on the right, there was something else. A second shadow, smaller, human-shaped, like a child, just standing there. He was alone. The ground was flat. No trees, no statues, nothing that could explain it. He even ran the photo through AI tools, trying to debunk it, filter it, and explain it away. But that shadow wouldn't disappear. It looked real, and it wasn't his. The owner of this trail cam had no idea what he was about to capture. On a remote, unnamed path, his camera recorded something deeply unsettling. Confused and creeped out, he uploaded the footage online, hoping someone could explain what he'd seen. The eerie figure remains unidentified and terrifying. In the heart of Africa, a seasoned honey harvester scaled a towering tree, clutching a basket of smoldering leaves to smoke out the bees, a trick he'd used countless times. But just as he reached the hive, disaster struck. The smoke basket slipped from his grasp and tumbled onto the ground below. Within seconds, the bees turned hostile. With no smoke to calm them, they launched a full-scale attack. Swarmed and stung from every angle, the man had no choice but to make a frantic descent. Each step down the tree was a fight against pain and panic, every sting pushing him closer to the edge. It must have felt like an endless nightmare, clinging to the bark, unsure if he'd fall first or pass out for the pain. Hopefully, he made a swift recovery from the terrifying ordeal. While hiking along a quiet roadside trail, a group of friends stumbled upon a startling sight. Dozens of snakes sprawled out beside the pavement, but they weren't there to scare anyone. The snakes were simply soaking up the warmth from the sun-baked road. Acting quickly and calmly, one fearless hiker stepped up, gently moving the snakes out of harm's way to protect them and any unsuspecting travelers from danger. Thanks to his brave actions, everyone, both human and reptile, made it through unharmed. It was Halloween night when someone stepped outside for some fresh air, casually staring up at the sky. That's when they saw it. A V-shaped formation of bright, blinking lights darting across the stars. No sound, no clear shape, just those glowing orbs slicing through the darkness, faster than any plane they'd ever seen. Startled, they pulled out their phone and managed to record a few seconds. Ever since, people had debated what it was. Military tech, high-end drones, maybe even a trick of the light. But to the person who saw it, there was no doubt in their mind. That was a UFO. Late one night, while wandering outside, someone spotted something bizarre in the sky.
Wish I had a better camera. Do you have a good camera?
Not really.
Look at this, my camera sucks.
Yeah, it's fuzzy.
Yeah, unless I go far away.
I try to stay still and push on the parts that aren't dark. Try to adjust to the light.
Dude, that shit is fucking tripping me out.
It wasn't just a quick flash. It lingered, glowing like fire frozen in midair, casting an eerie, otherworldly light across the ground. Some claim it was nothing more than military flares from a nighttime training exercise, but the way it hung there, so still and unnatural, didn't feel normal at all. Two friends were driving through the mountains late at night, searching for a spot to camp. The road was dark, quiet and empty, until it wasn't. As they filmed the eerie path ahead, their camera picked up something they never expected. Out of nowhere, a tall figure in a flowing red robe appeared, standing perfectly still in the middle of the road. No movement, no sound, just watching. They were miles from the nearest town, deep in the wilderness. The figure was unnaturally tall, too tall, and its clothing didn't look like anything a normal person would wear out there. Rattled to their core, the guys sped off, putting as much distance as possible between them and whatever that was. To this day, they have no idea who or what they saw. A hiker recently stumbled upon a bizarre creature in the wild and posted a video on Reddit, hoping someone could figure out what it was. At first, it looked like a tiny bird just standing there, not doing much. But as the camera crept closer, the bird suddenly puffed up and transformed into something way bigger, and honestly, kind of intimidating. Turns out, it was an American bittern, a type of heron with next-level camouflage skills. When it feels threatened, it flares out its feathers and stretches its neck sky-high, mimicking the look of tall grass to scare off predators and blend right into its surroundings. Nature's got some serious tricks up its sleeve.
One night in Victoria, Australia, This woman and her husband were out for a quiet walk until a bone-chilling scream echoed from the trees nearby. The sound froze them in their tracks. Creeped out but curious, they searched for the source, but found nothing. Later, they uploaded the eerie audio online, asking for answers. Most people pointed to the brush-tailed possum, known for its downright terrifying screeches, especially when it's in a fight. But others weren't so sure. Was it just a wild animal? Or was something far more disturbing hiding in those woods that night? Two friends from Melbourne, Australia, had a night they'll never forget. While parked late at night in a McDonald's lot, just chatting in their car, things took a terrifying turn.
Hi. Oh my god, Tiana, go! Go! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Tiana! It's okay, honey. Tiana! Tiana! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Panic filled the car as a woman with a chilling stare emerged from the darkness, walking straight toward them. Tiana's friend tried to stay calm. The woman's erratic behavior, the way she stared without blinking, was as if she wasn't fully there. The friends were frozen, torn between bursting into nervous laughter or slamming the gas. Fear won. They sped off into the night, hearts racing. Later, locals identified the woman. She was well known in the area for strange public outbursts and rumored break-in attempts. Luckily, the girls got away unharmed. But that night, it's burned into their memory forever. While camping in Texas, a family decided to check out a nearby haunted house, one that already had a dark reputation after someone reportedly died there years ago. Sitting safely in their car, they watched the eerie, abandoned structure. But then, something chilling happened. They caught this on camera.
It's gonna go in your house. Do you watch Paranormal Activity? Yes, I do so. It's fake. But it can't come in our
Whoa!
Out of nowhere, what appears to be a small hand reaches out from the window. Locals say ghostly figures of children are often seen peering from the windows and lurking near the doors of this house, fueling the belief that it's truly haunted. While hiking through the woods, a Reddit user had a heart-stopping moment. An elephant rhinoceros beetle suddenly crawled onto his arm. Known as Megasoma elephas, this massive insect looks like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, with its towering horn and armored body. Native to the tropical regions of Latin America, it's famous for its sheer size and intimidating appearance. But here's the twist. Despite their fearsome look, these gentle giants are harmless to humans. They don't bite or sting. That massive horn? It's used for digging and beetle battles, not for picking fights with people. Back in 2023, a couple was enjoying a peaceful bike ride along a quiet forest trail. Everything felt perfectly normal until a sudden, blood-curdling scream shattered the silence. Still, curiosity got the best of them, so they pulled out their phone and started recording, just in case the sound returned. But what happened next was far stranger than any animal call. Up ahead, they spotted something. It wasn't a deer, it wasn't a bear. Whatever it was stood upright, like a human. But it was far too large, too still, too unnatural. Frozen in shock, they kept filming, unsure if their minds were playing tricks on them. Later, they posted the footage online, hoping someone, anyone, could help answer one chilling question. What did they see? It was meant to be just another peaceful hike through the wilds of Patagonia. But what happened at Torres del Paine was anything but ordinary.
Yeah. Holy fuck.
Keep your position. Stay there.
Out of nowhere, an adult puma emerged from the brush, casually walking right through a frozen group of tourists like it owned the place. No one was harmed, but make no mistake, one panicked move, one flinch, and that breathtaking moment could have turned deadly in a heartbeat. 2 years after purchasing a quiet cabin deep in the woods, the homeowner finally decided to check out the attic storage, an area they had ignored since move-in. Pushing aside dusty old boxes, they stumbled upon something unsettling. Strange symbols covered the walls, not random doodles or innocent markings. These were precise, ritualistic, almost ceremonial. It felt like something straight out of a horror film. Had the previous owners been involved in black magic? Or worse, part of some hidden cult? Looking back, they couldn't help but wonder, how did they miss this before buying the place? While hiking down a remote back road, this person stumbled upon a chilling sight, a car consumed by roaring flames. But the fire wasn't the most disturbing part. Rising from the inferno was what looked like the smoky silhouette of a woman. Not just smoke, a full figure, eerily human, as if caught in a desperate escape. Some called it a ghost. Others blamed it on pareidolia, that strange trick our minds play when we see shapes in clouds or shadows. But whatever it was, the image felt like a haunting cry frozen in time, leaving more questions than answers. A Reddit user and his friend were caught on camera during a terrifying near-death experience when they unexpectedly found themselves in the middle of a tornado.
Fuck, dude, it just crushed the crane truck. Oh my fucking god. Dude.
Well, I lay down like
Zach and I saw that motherfucker starting. Dude, this whole place is fucked. It might flip the truck. Oh, fuck!
Lay down, bruh.
Holy fuck.
That's why I got out the machine.
Your machine's fucked.
See?
Holy shit. Dude, we were literally just fucking saying it.
In utter panic, one of them yelled. Debris flew everywhere. The winds howled like a freight train, and a crane truck was crushed in front of them in a matter of seconds. As the tornado's rotation intensified and threatened to tear everything apart, their voices faltered. They miraculously survived the mayhem, terror, and utter devastation that were taking place all around them. Reddit user Peppermint the Fox was just hanging out at a friend's secluded cabin deep in the woods, chilling in the car, when their buddy suddenly pointed something out. Just outside, crouched by a propane tank near the house, was a strange figure. At first, it looked human, but something about it felt off. The shape, the energy. It didn't sit right. It wasn't just creepy. It was wrong. Unsure of what they were staring at, they turned to each other, trying to make sense of it. Moments later, they left the property. But when they eventually came back, the figure had vanished without a trace. What was that thing? A guy was making his way through deep, heavy snow when he suddenly stumbled upon something wild. Check this out.
Check this out. This is an eternal flame. There's only 9 eternal flames in the entire world, and this one's inside of a waterfall. Take a look.
Tucked behind a frozen waterfall, there's a tiny flame dancing inside a crack in the rock. It's called the Eternal Flame, and it's one of only 9 in the entire world. What makes this one extra bizarre? It's burning inside a waterfall, and the water around it is almost completely frozen. This mysterious spot, known as Eternal Flame Falls, is hidden away in New York. The flame is very real, fueled by natural gas leaking from beneath the ground. But here's the kicker. Scientists say the conditions underground shouldn't be enough to keep it burning. No high pressure, no extreme heat, yet the flame keeps flickering. So, how is it still going? No one knows for sure. A man and his family were enjoying a winter hike through Queensland's Bunya Mountains National Park. They were halfway through a peaceful 4-hour trail, having only passed a few hikers earlier that morning. At one point, the man stopped to snap a photo of the sunlight piercing through the dense forest canopy. Later that evening, while scrolling through the photos, his daughter spotted something strange, something they hadn't noticed in the moment. There, standing clearly on the trail ahead, was a woman in a black dress. But they knew no one had been there. They had just walked that exact stretch of the path and hadn't seen a single soul. Disturbed, the man showed the photo to his boss. Her reaction chilled him. She went pale. Then she told him that just a year before, her daughter had felt something dark in that exact spot. She said it felt like something was watching them from the trees. To this day, the man has no explanation for what he captured in that photo. But every time he looks at it, the hair on the back of his neck stands up. What do you think he saw? While hiking through the rugged terrain of Australia, this woman accidentally dropped her phone between two massive rocks. Instinctively, she reached down to grab it, but in a split second, disaster struck. She slipped and fell headfirst into a narrow 3-meter deep crack, becoming completely wedged between the rocks, trapped upside down. For a harrowing 7 hours, she dangled helplessly, blood rushing to her head, panic rising with every passing minute. Just when it seemed like time was running out, rescuers finally managed to pull her free. A moment longer, and this story might have had a tragic ending. While exploring a man-made cave, this family used only their camera flash to light the way. At the time, everything seemed perfectly normal, just shadows and stone. But later, as they scrolled through their photos, one image made their blood run cold. In the frame, a gaunt figure with hollow eyes, exposed teeth, and a red hood draped over what looked like a skeletal face, staring directly into the lens. They swear no one else was in the cave. Maybe it was just an old Halloween prop left behind, plastic or silicone, nothing more. But when you're deep underground in pitch blackness, and something like that shows up with no warning, even the idea of it is nightmare fuel. A man went camping deep in the woods, just him and his loyal dog. But one evening, without warning, the dog bolted into the trees. Thinking it'd be a quick recovery, he followed the trail, not realizing he was heading straight into a nightmare.
Lucy! Good doggy, where are you? Lucy! The hell?
But the forest answered with silence, until something else did. Help. He froze. That voice didn't sound right. It wasn't his dog, and it wasn't human. Still nothing. Then crack. A branch snapped nearby. He spun around, heart pounding. His hands fumbled with his camera, but it was glitching, flickering on and off. He turned, and there it was.
Huh? My camera's going further. What the? Who are you? I'm not scared of you anymore!
A pale figure, standing silently between the trees. It didn't move. It didn't blink. I just watched it. He wasn't alone anymore. And whatever was watching him wasn't something he could reason with. Whether he ever found Lucy remains a mystery. While hiking through a jagged ravine, this man came across something deeply unsettling. Wedged tightly between two massive boulders was a pale, lifeless figure, too large to be any animal he recognized, and eerily still. Was it just the remains of a decaying creature? Or did he uncover something far more disturbing? To this day, no one knows what he truly captured. Urban Ghost shares this experience on their YouTube channel. Two hikers set out on a dangerous mountain trail to find a rumored abandoned plane crash site. The path was steep, muddy, and confusing, marked only by scattered dots on trees. Along the way, they battled exhaustion, slippery slopes, bees, and near falls, all while marveling at the breathtaking views of the wilderness. Eventually, after hours of struggle, they reached the crash site of a Cessna 414 from the early 1980s. The wreckage lay scattered across the hillside, with engines salvaged long ago, but twisted metal, wings, and parts still intact.
I just almost fell all the way down.
People have brought flowers out here and stuff. You almost fell all the way down? Yep. Be careful. How cool is this?
Pretty cool. I feel it makes me sad though if people died.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's definitely a sad situation, of course. Man. Took us this long to get out of here. Wow. Oh yeah, people have written all over it, scratched stuff into it. Oh yeah, and they painted skulls and stuff on it.
Wow, that's messed up.
Yeah.
That's so crazy though.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, this was someone's...
The scene was haunting, yet fascinating, marked by flowers left in remembrance and vandalism from careless visitors. At the crash site, he tried the necrophonic spirit box. The device crackled plain, leave, pain.
And just this area took the brunt of the impact, clearly. It's wild.
Were the victims still here, echoing through the wreckage? Or was something else answering? I came across this story from a YouTuber named Sophie, and it gave me chills. She set out on a hiking trip in the Scottish wilderness, planning to camp in a bothy, an old isolated shelter hidden deep in the forest. As she trekked through the quiet trails, she couldn't help but notice how different it was from Denmark, her home. Scotland's forests felt alive, beautiful, yet unsettlingly mysterious. After hours of hiking, eventually, she found the real bothy.
I think we found it. Yes, it's here. Look at this beautiful sight.
Bigger, more welcoming, yet still surrounded by the heavy silence of the forest. She cooked, settled in, and tried to sleep. But then, things took a strange turn. In the middle of nowhere, a car appeared outside the bothy.
We have here. It's probably just someone working here in the forest area. Yeah. But I don't understand how he could drive here. Because the path we walked on to get here was super narrow. Or maybe there's someone in the car, sleeping, wanted to be inside the bothy.
The path was too narrow for vehicles. So, how did it get there? Was someone watching them? Or had they wandered into something far stranger? I came across this chilling story from a YouTuber, Dragon Bro Production, who went searching for what locals call the railroad lurker. They describe it as a tall, shadowy figure with multiple eyes crawling out of its face, haunting abandoned railways across the western United States. But why the railroads? Some say it waits there, preying on anyone foolish enough to wander too close. A man named Silas Walker claimed he saw the lurker one night. He warned, "Don't go poking around if you're not ready for the consequences." But the group ignored his warning and went to investigate. At first, they heard only rustling in the bushes, then shadows, figures, something watching. That's when they stumbled upon bones, a human skull, flesh torn to the bone. Suddenly the lurker appeared.
I've investigated.
Whoa, guys, stop.
I told you guys.
Guys, this is serious. There's like multiple pieces. There's a skull, there's a hand. Guys, he's like eaten down to the bone. Holy heck. Do you think there's more stuff like over this way?
Rats or something.
It's a human body, dude. Guys,
died out here, and then like they could have gotten eaten out of it, right?
Okay, either way, we have to report this to the police. That's a dead. It's a dead human. What the heck? This is a dead human body. We have to report this to police, guys.
Yeah, his arms aren't even.
Is there more? Oh my gosh! Run! Go! Jeez! Crap! Oh my gosh!
So I have to ask, would you keep filming or run for your life? And why does this creature stay bound to the railroads? LENI Adventure posted this on his YouTube channel. This guy went out to explore what locals call the haunted snake farm. The story says a man once raised snakes here until one bit him, ending his life, and ever since, his ghost has been seen wandering these cursed grounds. As he walked deeper, the air grew heavier and the silence pressed in. Out of nowhere, a shadow darted across the grass.
Essa lenda aqui fez bastante sucesso lá no canal Chamos, há muitos anos atrás. E eu sempre quis vir aqui e acabou que nunca deu.
Could it be the snake keeper's spirit still guarding this land? He saw this abandoned building and decided to explore inside, and then he heard these strange sounds. His heart raced when he realized he had nothing to defend himself with, only his camera.
No começo do vídeo, pessoal. Licença para entrar no local?
Then the figure appeared again, staring from the darkness.
Isso aqui, cara. Oh, meu Deus, pessoal, olha ali. Olha. Ali, ó. Apareceu de novo, pessoal. Apareceu de novo.
Whispers, footsteps, and strange noises surrounded him, making the old farm feel alive with the dead. Was it truly the ghost of the Snake Master, or something far more sinister? If you were in his place, would you keep exploring or run before the farm claimed you too? A YouTuber, Cursed Urban, posted this video. He went deep into one of the most notorious forests in the Midwest, often called the Bigfoot Forest. Almost immediately, he caught a foul, rotting stench in the air, something unnatural. Suddenly, a blinding flash of light appeared and vanished, like a camera had gone off. But no one else was there. As he pushed deeper, heavy footsteps echoed through the woods. The smell returned, damp and decayed. Something seemed to follow him, staying just out of sight, almost human in its pace.
So it's like, okay, I'll take that into consideration. Dude, I smell something. It smells like, what is that smell? I don't know if it's the wind blowing it over or what, but it smells like pond water. You know what I mean? Like moldy, like pond water. Like how wet, if you ever smelled like a wet mildew carpet, be thankful if you haven't. But that's what it smells like.
By nightfall, the sense of being watched grew unbearable. Every step he took, it felt like something was taking one too.
Because it's the truth. And that is, I feel like I'm being followed right now. That is exactly what it feels like, is that I am being followed right now.
Was it Bigfoot or something far darker hiding in the trees? This encounter was posted by a YouTube user, 5050 Fishing. This guy went out camping, and at first, everything seemed peaceful. Just him, his tent, and the quiet of the night. But as midnight settled in, while sleeping, the calm turned into sheer terror. He heard a sound from outside of his tent. A shadowy black figure began pressing up, as if trying to claw its way inside. The fabric of the tent shifted, creaked, and he could feel the weight of something unnatural pressing against him.
There's something else. First. What the? Yeah, that sounds like a bear, like for real.
His heart raced, his body frozen in fear. Was it an animal or something far more sinister? If you were trapped inside that tent, would you dare unzip it to see what's outside, or would you stay hidden, hoping it goes away? This video was uploaded to Cave Chroniclia on YouTube. A group of explorers ventured deep into a cave that stretched for miles underground. From the start, the place felt alive. The echoes roared like a tornado, and strange red stains marked the walls. Flowstones formed eerie stair-like patterns, and the tunnels twisted into bridges, unstable passages, and pools of dark water. As they moved deeper, the cave twists into narrow tunnels. Would you keep going or turn back? The deeper they went, the more unsettling it became. Bats filled a vast chamber, their droppings thick on the ground.
It's the Grand Canyon of Indiana. Is that all bat poop? Yeah. That's not good. Oh, I see them up there.
They're hanging out?
Yeah, I see. Oh, there's one right there. Oh gosh. You don't want to breathe this stuff in.
While the cave itself split into endless paths, creating a maze where their lights began to flicker dangerously. Just when it seemed like the cave would never end, they stumbled upon an exit. But instead of leading back to the wilderness, it opened into a quiet suburban neighborhood.
Heck yeah, man. That was pretty damn cool. We were in there like 4 hours?
Yeah.
Dude, give me that fist bump.
You got it, bro.
Leaving one chilling question. How could such a place exist beneath ordinary streets? Night Encounters, a YouTube channel, posted this. They went deep into the woods, where abandoned houses stood cloaked in eerie silence. From the very start, the place carried a sinister presence, as if the trees themselves were holding back a secret. Stories told of a strange man, a possible cannibal, who once lived in these ruins. But were these just rumors? Or was something darker still lurking there? Inside the first house, the air was heavy, the rooms unnervingly small, and strange markings covered the walls. Whispers of movement and the suffocating sense of being watched made each step more terrifying.
That's weird, honestly. Like, super weird. What was that?
Heck? I just lost the game. What?
No, dude. That's weird. That's like, honestly, super weird.
Okay, bro, it's so dark. You can't see, like, literally anything.
Yeah.
The second house was even worse. The house looks very terrifying, and also has strange markings on the walls of all the rooms. Suddenly, they heard a strange sound. They were scared, they tried to look for what made the sound, but they didn't see anything. What made that sound? If you were trapped there, would you keep exploring or run before it was too late? Tiago Furacao, a YouTuber, shared the experience while he went to the Rancho Mansion. The legend tells of a wealthy family who used the ranch as a weekend escape. But one fateful night, bandits attacked. The father tried to protect his wife and son, but the boy was shot and killed. His wife left him soon after, blaming him for their loss. Alone and broken, the man is said to have taken his own life, though some claim he was executed. Could it have been his wife behind it, or something far darker? Upon getting there, they found an old diary and heard unexplained noises. Tiago swears he saw a ghostly hand.
O que é isso aí? Eu não sei se isso aqui é diário. Vamos ver. A prece. O Senhor verdade é
Joga isso aí, velho, não é não.
Você viu?
Was it imagination or a spirit reaching out? Then it happens. A figure appears inside the house. A man, watching silently, before vanishing into the night.
Parecia que... sei lá, matar. Jogaram alguma coisa em cima da filha.
Que foi, Thiago? Ele não fala não, velho. Ele fica... O que foi que você viu? Fala, irmão. Desenrole.
Eu vi homem aí dentro, cara.
Não. Ele foi pra onde, Thiago?
Eu vou saber.
Was it the tormented ranch owner? Or something that feeds off fear itself? After seeing so many scary things, they got scared and left the house immediately. What do you think is lurking around there? Nightmare Ranch is truly cursed? Or is there another explanation hiding in the shadows? This video was shared by Dead Appalachia on YouTube. This YouTuber set out to explore the abandoned tag tunnel in Lafayette, Georgia. A 133-year-old railway tunnel now slowly transforming into a cave. Along the trail, they encounter enormous spiders guarding their webs like sentinels, making every step feel like a warning not to proceed.
Oh, he's posting up.
Posting up on us. Oh.
He's square up.
When the tunnel finally comes into view, it looms like a black mouth in the side of Pigeon Mountain, exhaling a cold, damp breath. Inside, the air is frigid, water rises around their boots, and the walls drip with limestone and calcium deposits, slowly erasing the traces of human construction. Rubble piles from collapsed ceilings make the tunnel feel more like a grave than a passage. Deeper within, he finds scattered bones and unsettling silence broken only by his own footsteps.
Up here, this is a bone. Not sure what it could have been for. It may have been from... So this happened when I explored here years before I started doing my YouTube. But I went to this place and I found a half-eaten possum body in here. The entire back half was completely decayed. So I'm thinking that may be the bone from that possum. And this right here, this is the end of it. It really looks like a monster came in and just broke its way out, didn't it? Or broke its way in. All right, there we go. That's the tunnel. I love these like rocky ridges around here that encircle the trail. So if you were to go down yonder, there is an old man's farm, and he really does not like folks coming down there. There are no trespassing signs all around this area. I do not want my keister shot off by an old man with a shotgun.
So, if you stumbled on this abandoned railway tunnel, would you step inside, or would you walk away before the mountain swallowed you whole?